Good morning students. Today here we are with class 6 computer science. Okay. In the last class we have discussed and we have done the application based questions and the puzzle related questions or the crosswords which are given in your exercise part of your book. Okay. And once again, as there were a lot of doubts whether that you have to learn the puzzles or not, or you have to learn the application based questions or not, you have to learn the keywords or not. So once again I want to tell you that you have to learn everything which is given within your book. Don't only depend on the exercise part. Do not depend only on the exercise part. Question may come from inside the chapter also. So be prepared for your exam and prepare it well. Study each and everything whatever it is given within the book from chapter 1 to 5th. Now come back to this new session. Today in this session we will discuss about, I will like to discuss about some important differentiations. Some important differentiations which are given from chapter 1 to in various chapters of your syllabus. There are some important topics where we have to compare or to differentiate the things, like we have to differentiate between what is file and folder. We have to, suppose you have been asked what is the difference between file and folder, then what is the difference between compiler and interpreter, high level language and low level language. In same way about merging the cell and splitting the cell. Then if we talk about the question wildcard characters, if we talk about the wildcard characters, then there were two different types of wildcards are there, the question mark and asterisk mark. And then the next one is moving the file or a folder or copying the file or folder. So what are the differences between this? So within this video we will like to discuss one by one. I will discuss with you that what are the differences between this. So the first of all we will begin with file and folder. The first one is differentiate between file and folder. So first one, what is the difference between files and the folders? So as you have studied in the third chapter, we have studied about files and the folders within the third chapter, where we have discussed about what is the file and what is the folder. So the file are the basic unit of storage. The files are the basic unit of storage within the computer system. So the first one, the file, it is basic unit of storage. It is basic unit of storage, and whenever we perform any task and save it in computer, a file is created. So what is the file? Files are, it is a basic unit of storage, and whenever we perform any task and save it in a computer, whenever you perform any task using any application program, using any software, and when you save it on the computer system, a file is created. A individual file is being created. Whereas if we talk about the folders, it is location in computer memory. It is a location in computer memory where files and folders are stored. Okay, so the folder, it is a location in computer memory where files and folders are stored. The folders are created by the user. The folders are created by the user whenever you require to organize your data in a proper way. Whenever you want to organize your data in a proper way, you can create a folder and you can keep similar files or the similar documents within one folder. Then you can create another folder. You can suppose like there are different Word program files are there on your computer, Excel files are there on your computer, movies are there, games are there, images are there. So what you can do, you can create a different folders for each category. Like you have created one folder with name movie. Okay, you have created a one folder with a name movie and you have copied each and every movie file. Whatever file which is available on your computer system which is of a video or a movie, you can keep it in a movie folder. In similar way, if you want to separate all the images or the pictures, photographs, you can create a folder with name, image or a picture and you can select all the files of your images and the pictures and you can keep it on the particular folder which you have created with the name either photos or pictures or images. Okay, so in this way the folders are the basic or it is a location on the computer memory which helps to store the files and the folder. The folders are capable to have, we can keep a folder within a folder and the folder which is stored within another folder is known as subfolder. So this is the basic difference between the file and the folder. If you talk about it, you have been asked about what is the difference between file and folder. You can tell that a file, it is a basic unit of storage. Wherever we perform any task and save it in a computer, a file is created. Whereas the folder, it is a location in computer memory where files and folders are stored. Okay, so this is the difference between files and folders. Now, if you want, you can note it down. You can note it down and then we move to the next one. We move to the next one. We move to the next one. Second one. Differentiate between moving and copying file or folder. Differentiate between moving and copying file or folder. So first of all, here we will discuss about moving files or folders. Now, the moving file and folders. Okay, wherever we tell that we have to move this particular file or we have to move this thing from one place to another. So, what you can do? You can select the object or select the file or folder and you can carry it and you can go to the another location and you can keep it there. So, this is how we can move. In similar way for the computer also. Suppose there is one folder is there and you have to move it, or one file is there and you want to move it from one hard disk drive or from one folder to another folder. So what you can do, you can first of all you can select the file and then you can use the cut and paste option. You can use the cut and paste option, and using the cut and paste option, you can, after selecting the particular file or folder which you want to move, you can use the cut option, and then you go to the another location, go to the new location where you want to move it, and then you can use the paste option, and the result of that will be that the file which was to be moved from one location to the another location will disappear from the original location, and it appears on the new location. So whenever we move the file or folder, the file disappears from original location and it appears on new location. Whenever we move the files or a folder, the file or the folder disappears from the original location and it appears on the new location. And there we use the command is cut and paste. We use the command cut and paste to move file or folder. Okay, whereas if we discuss about copying file or folder, the file, the duplicate copy of file or folder is created and it appears on both location that is original location, whereas on new location also. We use the command copy and paste to copy file or folder. So the copying file or folder is when we use the copy file or folder option, the duplicate copy of any file or the folder is being created. A duplicate copy of the file or the folder is created, and using the copy and paste command, we can copy the file from one location to the another location, and the result of that is the file appears on both the location. It appears on both the location as the duplicate copy is created, so it appears on the original location, whereas it also appears on the new location also. So this is the difference between moving the files or the folders or copying the files or folders. So you can note it down and you can prepare it for the exam. The next one is if we discuss the next one is merging the cell and splitting the cell. Third one, merging and splitting cell. Merging and splitting the cell. So, if we talk about what is merging the cell, so it means to combine two or more cells together to form a single cell. Okay, the merging the cell means to combine two or more cells together to form a single cell. So why it is required? Suppose you have to write any data or you have to enter, like suppose you want to type the heading of the table. You want to type the heading of the table, and the heading of the table, the space provided within the cell is not sufficient enough to display the complete heading of the table within a single cell. So in order to display it properly and to write it properly, the heading of the table, what you can do? You can use the merge cell option, the merging the cell option, and using that option you can select two or more cells together, and you can combine them and form a single cell. You can combine two or more cells together and you can form a single cell, and then you can write your heading of the table for it. Okay, so this is the option merging the cell, where the another option splitting the cell. It means to split or divide single cell into two or more cells. It means to split or divide a single cell into two or more cells. So splitting the cell means, suppose there is a single cell and within that particular cell you want to write two different data. You want to mention the two different data. So in order to do that, you can use the option splitting the cell, and you can divide a single cell into two or more cells also. A single cell will be divided. Suppose this is a single cell, and using the split cell option, you can divide this particular cell into two or more parts, and you can use it as an individual cells. So the difference between merging the cell and splitting the cell is, merging the cell means to combine two or more cells together to form a single cell, whereas splitting the cell means to split or divide a single cell into two or more cells. Okay. Now the next one is differentiate between compiler and interpreter. To differentiate between compiler and the interpreter. The fourth one, compiler and interpreter. The differences between compiler and interpreter. Okay, so when we talk about the different languages, we are talking about low level language and the high level languages. We are talking about the low level language and the high level language, and as we have discussed when we studied about the chapter 2, the computer programming languages, then we discussed about that the computer is only able to understand the machine language. The computer is only able to understand the machine language that is written in the form of 0 and 1. So in order to enable the computer to understand whatever the input or whatever the instructions we are giving in the high level language, the computer can understand it that we need a language processor. We need a language processor or language translator. Okay, all of you know what is the use of translator? To convert from one form of language to the another form. Suppose there is a sentence given to you and you do not able to understand Hindi. You are not able to understand the Hindi and the sentence is written in Hindi. So what you can do? You can use the language translator or language processor and you can convert it into the language which is understood by yourself, and then you can able to understand what is the instructions given to you. In same way, when we give the instructions to the computer in high level language, to a computer in a high level language, the computer does not able to understand that, and then we need a language processor or a translator which help us to convert the high level language instructions into the machine level language instructions so that computer can understand it. And in order to do that, we have two different types of language translators are there. One is compiler and another one is interpreter. Along with that, there was a third type of language processor which is known as assembler. And the assembler is the language processor, the only language processor which is used to convert the assembly level program, that is the second generation programming language, into the machine language. So the assembler is the only language processor or the translator which is used to convert assembly language programs into machine language. Okay, whereas the compiler and the interpreter both are used to convert high level language program into machine level language. But the difference between compiler and interpreter is that the compiler converts the whole program in one go. The compiler converts whole program in one go, and then at the end of the compiling process, if it finds any mistake or error within the program, if it finds out any error or mistake within the program, it notifies the user that within this line, this is the line number and there is an error and you have to correct it. And as the error has been corrected by the user or the programmer, again it starts compiling from first to last, and that is everything it compiles in one go itself. Whereas if you talk about the interpreter, it is also a language processor which converts high level language program into the machine level language, but the difference is that the interpreter converts line by line. Interpreter uses line by line. It goes line by line, and if in sudden it finds any error, it stops there immediately and it notifies that there is an error, and it waits till the time error is been rectified or corrected. Once the error is corrected, it moves further again. So there is a difference of working between both of them, compiler and interpreter. So we like to write what is compiler. Compiler, it is language processor used to convert high level language program machine level program in one go. In one go. Whereas interpreter, if we talk about the interpreter, it is language processor. Used to convert high level language program into machine level language. Machine level program line by line. So this is difference between the compiler and the interpreter. So you can note it down. Now the next one. Next one is high level language. Difference between high level language and low level language. High level language and the low level language. The difference between high level and the low level language is that the low level languages are, the processing is very fast because they are written in the form of 0 and 1. They are written in the form of 0 and 1, and that's why it is directly executed by the computer system. Whereas the high level language program are not directly understood by the computer system, and so the processing is slow, or execution of instruction take more time in compared to low level language program, as the high level language needs to be converted into the machine level language or the low level program. Another difference between low level and the high level language, the low level language programs are not user friendly. They are not user friendly because it is very difficult to learn and write the set of instructions for systems using the low level language program, whereas the high level language programs are easier for the users and the programmers. They can easily write the instructions using the high level language program because it is similar to the English language or the language related to the human, as in the way in which we talk we can write it in that form. Okay, the third difference between low level language program and the high level language is that the low level languages are, as it is very difficult for the system, and so it is very difficult for testing and debugging also. It is difficult for testing and debugging also, whereas the testing and debugging of high level languages are easier. The testing and debugging of high level languages are easy. Okay, so if we differentiate low level language and high level, write like this. Difficult to write and use. Difficult to write and use. Whereas the high level languages easy write and use. It is easy to write and use. Second one, difference. Difficult to test and debug. Debug means to correct the error or to find out the error and to rectify or correct the error. Whereas for high level language, easy to test and debug. Third difference is execution is fast. Execution is fast. Execution is slow. Execution is slow. The fourth difference, another important difference between low level language programs and the high level language program. The programs or the instructions written using the low level languages are machine dependent. That means when we write an instruction for one set of computer, that particular instructions cannot be copied and run on the another computer. Okay, we have to write a set of instruction or a program for each and every computer separately. We have to prepare a program for each and every machine separately. One instruction cannot be run on every system. Whereas if you are using the high level language program, these are machine independent. You can prepare a set of instruction or a program code for one system and it can be copied and executed on any number of system. Okay, so programs are machine dependent, whereas we talk about high level language programs are machine independent. Fifth one, you can give the example for this machine language and assembly language. Whereas for high level language, you can write Java, C, C++, PHP, any number of example you can give. So this is the difference between high level language program and the machine level language program. So you can easily differentiate between this two. If you want, you can note it down and you can keep it for preparation for the exam point of view. Now we move to the last one. We move to the last topic, that is differentiate between the question mark and asterisk. Differentiate between question mark and asterisk. Differentiate between the question mark and asterisk. So when we talk about the question mark and the asterisk, we we can talk about the wildcard character. The wildcard characters. The wildcard characters are generally used. The wildcard characters are generally used for purpose of searching the files or folders within the system. The wildcard characters are used for the purpose of searching the files and folders within the computer system. So, generally we use the wildcard characters. We can search the file or folders without the wildcard characters if you know the file name properly, the name of the file properly in which you have set. The correct name of the file is known by you. But in a condition that you do not know the name of the file or the folder, then you can use the wildcard characters to search the file and folder. And the two wildcard characters which can be used, one is the question mark and another one is asterisk. One is question mark and another one is asterisk. So the question mark it is used to represent single character it is used to represent a single character in file name, in a file name or the file name extension. File name extension. Example, like suppose you only know that you are going to search a file whose file name starts with ABC and then you do not know the complete file name, then you can write it like this. And suppose that it is a file with PDF format. It is a file with a PDF format or an image format. So you can write it like this: ABC question mark dot PDF, or you can write it like this: AB question mark dot PDF. So these are the two different ways. These are the two different ways in which you can use the question mark symbol. Each question mark is used to represent a single character either in file name or in file name extension. Either in file name or it can be used in a file name extension also. Okay? Where the asterisk it is used to represent any number of characters in a file name or the file name extension. So this is the difference between the question mark and the asterisk wildcard character. The question mark, it is used to represent a single character in a file name or the file name extension, whereas the asterisk, it is used to represent any number of characters in a file name or file name extensions. So this is how we come to the end of this session, and I hope that this revision part of online class will be very helpful for you to prepare for your upcoming exam, and I hope that you are preparing well at home. And still, if you have any doubt or any query, you can ask. You are free to ask me and call me. And once again, I am telling that please read the book properly. Please read the book properly and prepare it well for the exam. Don't only depend on the exercise part. The question may also come from the inside the chapters. So do not ask again and again that whether we have to study the application based questions, we have to prepare the crossword or puzzles or not, we have to study the key terms or not. Whatever it is given from chapter 1 to 5, you have to prepare it well for your exam. Till that time, thank you and have a nice day.